welcome back to the channel. I am working on some dandelions that we picked. Olivia helped me for a little bit. Her attention span wasn't too long with the dandelions, but I'm gonna set you guys up a little bit. I want to show you I am getting 2 cups worth of dandelions to make dandelion jam. So I just grab my dandelion and I grab the green part like this, and I pinch it and I kind of twist like this, and you can kind of wiggle and see how it's starting to come out, and then the petals literally just fall out. So then you can pull all the yellow petals, and then you're just left with the green, which we're getting rid of. And then the petals I've just been putting directly into my cup, and I'm working on this to measure out 2 cups. And we're getting there. I'm just at 2/3 of a cup right now, and hopefully I picked enough. If I did not pick enough, then I'm gonna have to go back out and pick some more. But it was super nice just to go outside and sit in the grass. It's like 55, 57 degrees out right now. It's not a super hot day. The wind is a little bit chilly, but it's not too bad. And I just sat in the grass and I picked dandelions and listened to the birds sing and enjoyed the breeze, and the sun would pop out and warm my face. And I think I did see one little bumblebee, honeybee. So the bees are starting to come out, which means I need to go get some flowers and plant them around the house. So yeah, right now we're just working on these dandelion petals. I'm going to get them in, I believe it's just water. And then they're going to go in the fridge for 24 hours and make a tea. And then we're going to use that tea, that dandelion juice, dandelion water, to make our dandelion jam. So I'm really curious how this works. I've never done it before. So you guys are going to come along with me. And we're going to do this. And I might actually bring you guys with to do some strawberry jam, because I got strawberries on sale at my local grocery store. And I'm going to make up some strawberry jam too. And I'm hoping to have this and the strawberry jam for sale at my farmer's table that I'm going to have. So if you're local to me, stop by when I get the stand up and running, and I'm going to have some jam for you guys. Okay, now in here I have all the dandelion petals, flower petals, and then I just poured 4 cups of boiling water over it, and now it's going to sit, and once it's cooled, which it's cooled off quite a bit, I'm going to take this and stick it in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it for 24 hours. So tomorrow night, which will be Sunday night at about 6 o'clock, I can take this out and start making jelly out of it. So we're going to let that sit, and then tomorrow after church, I'm probably going to do my strawberry jam as well. So I'll get 2 different kinds of jams. Okay, so please forgive my voice. The cold has now attacked my voice and I cannot talk very well, but I did want to bring you guys along and show you kind of what it's looking like for the dandelion jelly. I am heating it back up now because I did run it and can it last night. We had so much going on, I did not get to film that, but I did can it last night. And here's my waste of jar lids. I have to throw all of these away, and we will be putting new lids on the jelly jars once I get this heated up. So it did not set. That's what happened overnight. I did the sheet test on the back of a spoon, and I thought it looked good, but I was probably wrong, apparently. So the recipe I followed was a Pinterest recipe, and I told you guys not to follow Pinterest recipes for canning, but more so the safety. I was more concerned about you guys not following Pinterest recipes for canning safety, which this has got lemon juice in it, and it's sugar, high acid, so it is a jelly, therefore water bath canning is safe. And so it ended up not setting, and I don't know if that was the boiling time was incorrect on the recipe or what, because I went and I found other recipes and their sugar to pectin ratio was about the same, and their boiling times were about the same too. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I talked to one of my friends who is an avid canner, and she's older, She's an older lady, and she has a lot of knowledge, and I'm so grateful for her in my life. I was able to call and talk to her about this, and she said, go ahead and heat it back up. You don't necessarily want to add more pectin because that can make it bitter. So I'm glad she told me that, because I was going to look up and see maybe I should have added pectin. So I'm glad I did not. I'm going to reheat this to boiling, and I'm just going to try and cook it down some and see if we can get it to thicken up. And then once that happens, then I will put the new lids on with the rings, and we will get them canning. Let's see, what else was I going to share with you guys? I'm going to do strawberry. I pulled these out of my garage. They're not washed yet. Nice box elder bug in there. That's beautiful. Really appetizing when you're canning, right? Don't worry, these are all getting washed, and I'm going to thoroughly hand wash them in hot soapy water. I might run them through my dishwasher if I got time, because I'm going to make strawberry jam. I have a pectin-free recipe for strawberry jam from the same lady I was just telling you about. And I'm going to use her recipe, and it's delicious. This was the pectin that I used. I've never used Mrs. Wage's pectin before. I've always used the Sure Gel just because that's what was at my store. Well, now I went to the hardware store that is in my town, and I wanted to buy another flat of the quarter pints because I wanted to do the dandelion jelly in the quarter pints. And this is what they had. They didn't have Sure Gel, so I ended up getting that. Maybe that's my learning curve. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see what we can do. I'm going to show you the jam that I'm going to be making because she gifted me a jar of it. Where did it go? Did we eat it all? Oh, goodness. No, I don't think we did. I think I see it. I have just too many jars in here, okay? Don't judge my jar collection. She also made this for me, V8 juice. That's delicious. I'm going to drink some more of that. Strawberry jam, here it is. She made this, and let me tell you, it is to die for. Oh, look at that gorgeous strawberry jam. Oh, it's so good on my sourdough bread, you guys. It's sinful how good it is. She has a killer recipe, and I'm super grateful for her for sharing this with me. So now I can make some because I saw strawberries on sale, and I'm drowning in strawberries all over my fridge now. So I have to get those. There's more. I have to get those going today. And then, the other thing I need to get going today is going to be these cuties. She also had a great idea. I'm so grateful. Yes, fridge, I will shut. Don't worry. Some of these are going to be a little questionable. I'm going to peel them and see what they look like inside, but they're not soft, so they may be okay. This one, we'll see. But she said, why not dehydrate them? So I'm going to peel these oranges and cuties that never got eaten. And, kids just get sick of stuff sometimes, and they want to stop eating it. I can't blame them because I'm the same way with stuff. And I'm going to put them over there on my... Yes, you're shut. Thank you. Put them over here on my dehydrator, and hopefully we can get a little bit of candy out of these cuties and oranges. So I'll bring you guys along if you can get past my squeaky weird voice, and I'll show you this this jelly once it's hopefully sets up. It's a gorgeous deep yellow color, and I think it got darker because of my sugar. My cane sugar is a darker brown kind of. It's not white like the store sugar that you buy. So I think that maybe deepened it up to a honey color, which is kind of fitting because, y'all, I'm not even lying to you. It literally tastes like honey. Like, it's bizarre how much this tastes like honey. Last night when I was whisking it up when it was boiling, I got a waft of steam in my face before I had tasted it, and I smelt it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Anthony. It's like, they weren't kidding. This literally smells like honey. So dandelion jelly is delicious. Highly recommend if you got time and you have little kids that want to pick dandelions with you. It is time consuming, I won't lie. Get a little basket, go get you some dandelions, peel out the petals, and then just go ahead and make you some dandelion jelly. It is delicious. So really hoping and praying this sets up. You saw how it looked steeping in the jar before, and then I just have this berry bag that I got from my local hardware store. Let me get it set up for you, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the apparatus that this bag sits in. These little feet sit on top of a bowl. So I just stick this on top of a bowl that fits that size. And then I take this bag, and it's stained because this is how I made my grape jelly. And then, okay. Clearly I can't do this with one hand. But this will go on here. Come on. Nope. I'll have to get it on, then I'll show you. So the bag slides on over the frame like that, and then you just tie it here nice and tight so that it doesn't slip past. And then you can pour in your berries, or in my case, goodness, Livy, you good? The dandelion petals to strain out the dandelion tea. And so I just poured it in here, and I let it hang while I got my jars and everything ready. Goodness, honey. Do you need a drink of water? Okay. Poured it in there, let it drain into the bowl, and then I just reached in here and squeezed all the juice out. So I got as much juice as I could. From the recipe that I used, I got 14 quarter pints. Good morning on this beautiful, gloomy Tuesday. It's been a few days since I recorded last. I might just hodgepodge this all into one video because it's just easier for me kind of to record over the course of a few days, because sometimes there's just not stuff to show you guys that's like interesting. You don't want to watch me cleaning my house, so or sitting there coughing and being sick. So I had my cold that I was dealing with before, and now I've contracted another cold that my daughter brought home, my middle daughter this time. So now I'm just kind of like running the course of colds. It is what it is at this point. We're just going to power through it. I'll try and get as much sleep as I can, but it's spring and we have way too much stuff to do. So I like sprained my thumb, and it's like chunky and disgusting looking, and I can't bend it more than there. So we'll just keep icing and ibuprofen. I don't know, but it seems like the devil's attacking me this spring season when I'm trying to get all my stuff done, and I rebuke that in Jesus' name. We will be getting this stuff done. Injuries, sickness, whatever, it's going. We got to get it done. So it's gloomy and rainy today, but it's also beautiful. I love this kind of weather where it's just kind of drizzling. There's like no wind, and everything is greening up, and the birds are singing, and the temperature is like 65, 60 in that area. And it's t-shirt weather. It's just gorgeous. So I'll give you a little, we're hardening off some plants. I'll give you a little tour of how everything's looking. Full disclosure, my tomatoes, the majority of them look horrible, and I don't know what happened. This is the first time I've had my tomatoes out today, hardening off. So they'll be out for a couple hours, and then I'll bring them inside. So they've been under lights, but they just look atrocious, and I haven't had this happen to this degree before. So I'll flip you around. We'll go on a rain tour of my seedlings, and you will see how everything's doing. Oh, we got a dirty camera lens here. Is that any better? Yes, that's better. Okay, so right off the bat, please excuse my coughing throughout this video. These are tires for my Jeep. I'm getting my Wrangler up and running, so Olivia and I can go on some fun Jeep adventures this summer. We might take you along for some of those, so stay tuned. Something some of you may not know about me is I really love working on vehicles. In my past life, I like to call it, when I was younger in high school and young adult life, I was really into working on cars. I actually was certified to be able to work in a dealership if I wanted to right out of high school. Chose not to do that. Went to my other job at a factory instead, which is also what got me into my job at a factory, building machinery, because I love working with my hands, and building vehicles is one of those things. But that's not what this channel is about. But these are my tires for my Jeep. We're going to get those on and go on some fun adventures. Down here are my Amish pastes. They look dry, but they are not. I can feel wetness. I don't want to oversaturate them because that will kill them too. So they're just really limp and depressing looking. Not sure what's going on. My gold medals, I'm like 90% sure are all dead. Don't know what happened. I'm wondering if that's another oversaturated issue. Maybe they did not dry out enough in the garage. I don't know. I'm not sure. There is some of this topical molding stuff going on. I think there's some remedies that I could look up to spray on that to help maybe kill that moldy stuff that grows sometimes on your seedlings soil. These are still kicking, so we're just gonna hope they harden off. It's still May, it's still early May, so I may have time for some of these to bounce back. Onions are looking fantastic. Cauliflower, or excuse me, broccoli and cabbage are looking fantastic. Gold medals look like they're dead. This is terrible. And some of them have some new growth on them. So we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if this rain and sun and God's nature will take these and bring them back to life. These are house plants up here. Let me see if I can raise you up. These are house plants. Don't worry about these. I'm gonna sell these at my market. Just figured they'd enjoy the rain. And then I've got peppers here. All these peppers, and then I have more peppers and marigolds. Those are doing fantastic up here. Sorry if you can't see, because I can't see. We'll do that. I like how the rain picks up when I started videoing. Here's some big rainbows. Another weird thing happened to these. The lowers all died, and now they have these yellowy tops growing on them. So they're not dead. They're trying to grow, and I'm guessing my lighting maybe is junky, or they were too close to the light. I got to do a little bit more digging on that, but we're going to start bringing them outside to harden them off, and hopefully the sun and rain will give them the juice that they need. Here's some more big rainbows all in here. These are looking okay. So again, I'm thinking it's a lighting issue causing that yellowing, because these are also the same exact thing, started at the same time, and they are okay. I would not say they're good by any means, but they are farther along than these are. So Cherokee purples, holy cow, they are limp and sad looking. We're gonna hope that the rain brings some of this back. I don't know what happened, you guys. If you got any ideas, let me know. I've been gardening and starting my tomatoes for like 4 years now, 3 years. So I'm not like a super expert on doing it, but I haven't had this happen. So, and I'm also using my vehicles as a spot to put these because I don't have anywhere else outside. None of my cauliflowers started. I think I showed you guys that already. I do have a good little chunk of lavender. Really proud of my lavender that's growing. I don't know what that is. So those are gonna get a little water. These, this is 100% user error. And it's not a super huge deal because they're all flowers, but it's still depressing because I wanted them, you know? So I accidentally forgot to put these under the light and moved them off in the garage, off on another shelf, away from my plants. And they sat there for about 2 weeks now. That was my fault because I moved them and never put them back under the light. So they sat there with water. They're wet. Oh gosh. Yeah, they're super wet. So I think I root rotted these and they're dead. But we're going to put them outside because there's some green. We'll just see. We'll just see. And then over here, you coming to join me? Okay, cutie pie. Okay. You got the hat so no rain gets on you? You're cute. These are all Cherokee purple and Amish paste. Same situation. Look terrible. Dying. Don't know if we're going to make it. So I probably won't have any tomatoes to share at my market, but I should have enough to put in my garden. So there's that. Those are going to harden off too. And then Olivia picked out these gorgeous begonias for her flower pot this year. I asked the girls, hang on one sec, honey. I asked the girls to choose flowers when we go to the flower shop, and they put them in pots that they painted when they were little. And I've had them for quite a few years now. Olivia just made hers last year, the year before, I think. So we're going to get those potted up when this rain stops. My sweet friend, Sky, gave me some raspberry plants out of her house, alongside her house. So I'm waiting to plant those. No, it's wet, baby. You're going to get soaked on the trampoline, honey. You'll get all soaking wet.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay? Oh, okay. So those will have to find a permanent home. Not sure where I'm going to put those. And then my husband and I worked, what day was it? Monday, all day. After he got home from work, I made some BLTs, and then we came out here and got to work. Or did I make hoagies? I don't remember. I either made like Subway hoagies or BLTs, but quick supper and outside, that's my goal. And now this is my garden. It is covered in weeds because we've waited so long to get it cleaned out. Yeah, this is a hot mess, but we will get it tilled up and it will be just fine. So no big deal. Nothing has gone to seed, so I don't really have a problem chopping this stuff down and then raking it up and then tilling. So no big deal. So one thing I did last year in this garden space was left everything up in the fall. I did not cut any of my plants down. I didn't take my trellises down. I literally harvested and left it. My thought process behind that was I wanted to have a place for like bugs and beneficial, insects and stuff like that to overwinter and feed back my soil. Same with the root system, of all the plants, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can look into all that stuff, whatever. And then I thought, in the spring, it would also be good to open the garden gate, let the chickens come in, and they could scratch up, poop, forage, do their thing in here. And then when the time came, I would be able to just clean it up, because I have all the time in the world, right? Wrong. Never doing that again. A for effort, Amanda, but we're not going to do that again because I did not have time. I do not have time. I should have had stuff in already. So when you're in a, 1 second, please. When you're in a growing zone like me, which is 4B, and you don't have a long growing season, probably not a good idea to do this. If you're in zone like 7, maybe go for it. You got plenty of time. You have a nice, spring that starts probably in February, whereas we probably still have 10 inches of snow on the ground in February. So didn't really apply for my growing zone. Kind of stinks, but next year, it's part of gardening. You learn as you grow. So that's kind of what I've done. I've learned that I will not be doing that again because this whole garden is atrocious. And we'll just show you some of the aftermath over here. Here's some of it. That's all scrap and the row stakes. I'm getting new row stakes because those were junk. They're super thin and they broke all the time. So now what we're going to do is cut, actually I think wherever there's a splice in the fence, because this is 2 rolls of fence, 2 rolls of 100-foot fence put together. Wherever we have it spliced, we're going to pop it open. Anthony's going to grab a tiller for the tractor. Our neighbor is kind enough to let us borrow his tiller that goes on the tractor. And he's going to come in and tractor till all this for me so I don't have to do it by hand. That's going to save me a lot of time. I'll probably do the edges. I'll come in here and cut this. I'll cut it down, spray it with my DIY weed killer that is not chemical laden. There's some geese. I don't know if you can see them. There they go. It's one of my favorite parts about being out in the garden and being outside. All the wildlife. I'm a big bird lover. I love bird watching, so that's part of my little enjoyment out here, a big stress reliever. Anyway, so I'm gonna clean up the outsides of the garden fence with my weed killer and my weed whacker. I'll till as close as I can with the hand tiller along the fence edges, and then the main part of the garden is going to be done with the tractor tiller. Over here, excuse me, was my potato and corn garden. That still needs to get cleaned up. Same thing I did last year. I left all of the corn stalks because I was like, oh, it'll be great for the overwintering. No, Amanda. No, no, no. Let this be your lesson. If you're in a growing zone such as me, don't do it. So we got to clean all that out. That's a small enough garden that I can probably hand till it quickly. So I'll just, chop down the weeds and hand till. What are you chuckling at?
I'm with you.
Oh, you're with me? Hi, darling. Do you like this rain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I farted.
Excuse you. Olivia Grace. So that's the garden. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, the babies. The babies are out on pasture.
Don't forget the chickens.
Yeah, the chicken babies. They're all out on pasture now. We moved them out this Saturday before Mother's Day. because they just were getting much too big for their brooders. Stinking in there. I couldn't keep it clean fast enough. And we just were like, you know, we'll make sure that we put them in the 2 tractors that we have, because we still have 2 more chicken tractors to build. And then we will just put them outside and pray that they can keep each other warm enough, because it has been dropping down into the low 40s.
And also, the cover is for rain not getting on them.
Yep, that tarp cover is for the rain and the sun not getting on them. We're standing here in the old garden space. That is where it was in my old garden. Mosquitoes. In the rain, mosquitoes? Seriously? That's my rhubarb in there. Also surrounded by, everything grew so fast because we had like a week and a half of rain, and then we had a couple days of sun, and boom, everything just shot up. Everything's going crazy. So we threw the babies out here, and they're loving it. They're doing so well.
It's super itchy.
Is the rain making you itchy?
Yes.
That's silly. We'll flip this around and I'll show you the babies. And there's the babies. They're all, well, most of them are inside. There's one hanging out outside, staying out of the rain. We ran water hose down here. As you can see, I have a shepherd's hook with a water nozzle on the end of it. So we just literally ran it along the side of our house. Our house is right up there. Ran it along the side of the house, and then just hooked it up. My goodness. Hooked it on the shepherd's hook. So that way, anytime I need to fill their waters, I can just do it right here. I don't have to try and haul it all the way up the hill to the water hose to do that. So this is the space that we're putting them.
There's actually 2 out.
Is there 2 out? What a bunch of goofy babies. It's raining. Stinky little babies. Go inside.
Go inside. I think they just like to enjoy the rain.
Do they?
Yeah.
I do sometimes too. I'll probably have to change my shirt when we go inside because I'm wet now. But that's okay.
Mommy, I love jumping in the rain and playing in the rain.
Do you?
Oh, and I love jumping in a rain puddle.
You like jumping in muddy puddles too?
Yeah.
We don't have any puddles yet, but we might by the end of today.
Yeah.
So, this is where the babies are going to be for this growing season for them. We are actually talking about taking that granary that we've been talking about for a while now, taking it and moving it over here and putting it right here behind our house, because unfortunately our house is basically built on a hill. Our whole entire property starts here and it all goes uphill till the end of our property. Our property is one giant hill, and this is the flattest spot on our property. So unfortunately, that's probably what we're gonna have to do. No big deal. It'll work because we can just come right out of our house off the back deck and we would be at the barn if that's what we were gonna do. So then we would also have plenty of pasture off of the barn to deal with. That sometimes gets wet. Sometimes it can be like a slough there, but recently it's not been. It's mostly been dry. I'd love to maybe dig and build a pond there, so we had a natural, not natural, but like a standing water spot. I think that would also draw a lot of mosquitoes given North Dakota's climate. So I don't know. We're still kind of chewing on that one, seeing what we're gonna do. So
Mommy, there's still poop in them. You have to scrape it out.
I know there's poop in there. I thought you were gonna scrape it out.
No.
You're gonna clean them for me, I thought.
No.
Yeah.
Mommy, look at the grass.
I know.
The growing.
It grew like crazy, huh? I think someone's here. I think Mommy's getting a package delivered. Let's go check it out.
Mommy.
All right, we are back inside, and I figured I would show you my dandelion jelly. Look at how beautiful it is. And it did set up, so I'm very grateful for that. So I'm going to have dandelion jelly to share. And some for us. We had some on, I made biscuits and gravy last night, and I made extra biscuits because my husband said he really wanted to try this on biscuits, and he ate it up. He said, this is really good. This is really good, multiple times. So that was really nice to know that something that I literally harvested out of our yard that grows naturally. All I had to do is add water and sugar and pectin, And yeah, it worked great. So, and then I also noticed I have Sure Gel right here. And it's still good, May 2025. So that was pretty dumb of me, but you know, you live and you learn. I already had Sure Gel, but that's okay. I have a little bit extra pectin now at the house. And then this is my strawberry jam. That's set up nicely. Don't look at my laundry. I gotta do that today too on this rainy day. And then here is the rest of the jams. Nope, I lied to you. Where did I put the jams? Oh, right there. There's the rest of them. So I got 9, 10, 11, 12 jams. That's pretty good, not bad. So I'll keep a couple, probably I'll keep 3 for us. The rest I'll sell at my market. And then here are the dehydrated cuties that I did. All I did was put a lid on it and used my little vacuum sealer here. And I vacuum sealed them up. And now we have a little snack. And then here's the oranges. They kind of look weird, but they taste good. They're kind of like a nice, I don't know, a nice little crunchy, dry treat that's citrusy. I don't know. It's really good. So those are my jelly and jam. And they turned out very well. So reboiling worked. I boiled for another, oh gosh, I don't know, I suppose 10 minutes after I got it to a boil. And then I just kept testing it in the fridge. I would put a couple spoonfuls in a tiny little bowl that was already cold in the fridge. And I'd keep this boiling while I waited for that to set. And once it set in the fridge and it was at, you know, the consistency that I wanted it to be, I pulled it out and canned it, and it worked great. So there's the jam and jelly for market. As always, thank you guys for stopping by, checking out my videos, subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. I just am tickled by how many subscribers I've got lately. It's just super cool. So that being said, I know I talked about doing a live in my last video to do like question and answers. I think what I might do is do a live on Saturday morning. So I'm thinking like 10 o'clock maybe. 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Saturday the, let's see, 18th. Saturday the 18th. Is that correct? Let me look at my calendar. Yes. So Saturday the 18th at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm thinking is when I will do my live. My husband is going out of town on Saturday morning. I don't have my tripod, sorry. So this is kind of difficult to hold. But he's going out of town Saturday morning. And I'll be home with the kids and doing chores and hanging out. And hopefully the weather's good. So I might hop out on my back porch and do a live with you guys. So think of some questions. Write it down in your calendar. Come join me. I'm also going to post on the news feed or whatever on YouTube. And then I'll also post it on my Instagram and Facebook accounts for Mom on the Prairie, so that everybody has it out there now ahead of time. And hopefully you can swing by on a live. I would love to see you guys there. I'd love to chat. Like, share my videos with friends. The more the merrier. I want to get to know you guys. I've got a couple comments on my last video of some people that are new to the channel, and we're going to be friends. So it's cool to have friends that have the same kind of like-mindedness as you or as me. So thank you guys for your comments. I really appreciate it. It's so cool to have you guys here. Just keep hanging out, and I'll take you through our summer. And it's going to be a busy one, guys, but it's going to be super worth it. We're going to keep pressing forward with the self-sufficient mindset and frugal mindset, and I'll share what I can along the way. So hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you Saturday. Bye.